Comments on the comments section that the existing videos didn't really show off the quality of the paint and exterior of the car, so I shot this video that will hopefully rectify that. Before we do a walk around of the outside and the inside, I want to point out some things. Now, cars of the 70s and 80s, manufacturers generally replaced chrome with a lot of black plastic. And if you look at the black plastic on this car, the grille, for instance, the trim piece here, the painted aluminum here, the rubber bumper in front, and finally the air dam down below, it's all the same shade of black. The UV protection on these cars is pretty bad originally, and lots of vehicles, once they had 30, 40, 50,000 miles, the black trim on the cars would fade to different shades of gray. In fact, there are many GTV6 owners who think that the gray plastic on the cars is the way they came from the factory. Really, everything was originally a matching shade of black. So we do a walk around on this car. I'd like you to take a look at the trim pieces, and you can compare the shades and see how they should be from the factory. You can see the black T-tray on the hood. See the black pieces here. See the black trim around the mirror. Everything is a nice shade of solid black. Now, one of the strengths of this car is the paint job. It's the original paint, and it hasn't suffered from the UV degradation that lots of other vehicles from the 80s suffered. If you've seen a BMW E30 from that time period in red, most of them had faded to a shade of orange in a few years. So the paint on this car is in very good shape. You can see there's no fading from the hood, or excuse me, the roof to the hood down to the lower panels. It's all a nice shade of Alfa blood red. And it's consistent throughout the car. Now, one little thing that a lot of restorations get wrong on these cars is the painting on the window frames here. When Alfa built these cars, they painted the window frames in an anthracite gray and the window inserts in black. A lot of times when these cars are repainted, they don't get this piece wrong, and it's a pretty striking little detail as you walk up, because you can see the gray and the black siding here. And finally, we get to the wheels. These are the original wheels that came on the car, and none of them are marked up. So kudos to the original owner who put most of the mileage on there. He was careful enough not to damage the wheels. Now let's take a look at the interior, which is one of the strong points of this car. It has a factory tan leather with the Recaro style seats featured on the later cars. You can notice them because they've got the tennis racket headrest. Leather on this car is in exceptional shape. If you can look at the close-up here, you can see how it's the original factory pattern. Alfa constructed these in individual pleats that are sewed together. If you look at a lot of restorations, instead of using individual pleats, they just use one leather pleat going over. So it's kind of hard to find original quality seat covers on these cars. The bolster wear is minimal. Another nice point on this car is that the backs of the seats were originally colored vinyl that matched the front, and frequently they fade rather rapidly. If you take a look at the back, an area where they typically fade is right here at the shoulder position. And on this car, the vinyl parts are indistinguishable from the leather parts. It also has the original rear factory speakers and the original front factory speakers. Here's a shot of the headliner. It's in pretty good condition. And finally, in the back, another thing I want to point out is that on these cars, the carpets tend to fade from black to gray. because of UV radiation. And on this car, you can see that the rear hatch, the carpet's a nice shade of black that matches the rest of the black carpet in the car. The rest of the dash is in good condition. You can see a close-up of the instruments. All the instruments work, and you don't have the faded orange like you do in some sun-baked cars. All the plastics are in good shape, especially through here in the center console. Steering wheel is in good shape. The dashboard has no cracks. It does have a bubble here. So that's really the only real flaw in the interior. The vehicle also comes with a number of the original accessories. You've got the original owner's manual from 1986 here. It's in good condition. Original license plate, radio removal tool. You've got the emergency window winding handle that these cars came with. Comes with the spark plug removal tool. Unused. And it also comes with the end for it. We've got the lug wrench here, unused. And you've got something you haven't seen before in an Alfa tool bag. Which is a set of a wrench and a reversible screwdriver. I don't know if Alfa supplied these with the cars originally, or maybe the owner wants to make sure that he got home, but this is included with the car.